Okay guys, so before we start we need to make sure we've got some of the basics down. Okay, so we're going to look at a couple of things you should know. Something such as 3 times A would give us 3A. We always put the letter after the number, so even if we had something like this we would still do it as 3A. Okay, if we have A times A, that would give us A squared. What you can imagine is actually A to the power 1 and A to the power 1. Okay, if we have A times A cubed, we would get ourselves A to the power 4. Again, imagine that there is a 1 there, and something such as this, we are just going to add our powers to get A to the power 5. Okay, so they're the things that you might come across. Now, the more challenging questions are going to give you something such as this. So 2A squared times by 3A to the power 3. So what we do is we split it into two parts. We look at our numbers first. So 2 times by 3 is equal to 6, and A squared times A cubed is equal to A to the power 5. So our answer up here is 6A to the power 5. So they're the basics of what you're going to need to do what we're going to move on to next. Okay guys, so we're going to look at this little problem here. So we're going to expand this bracket. Okay, so when we're asked to expand, we're doing 3 multiplied by the bracket. And you'll often hear people refer to multiply everything inside the bracket by everything outside the bracket. So what we would do on a problem like this, I'll rewrite it. So this is method 1. I'm going to show you a second method in a minute. It's up to you which one you use. We're going to do 3 multiplied by A, which as we saw before gives us 3A, and then we're going to multiply this by 3 times by 5, which gets us plus 15. Okay, and if we do a slightly more complex one, let's have 2x 3x plus 2. In fact, let's make it minus 2. Okay, so look at what we did last time. So we're going to start with multiply. Numbers first. 2 times by 3 is 6. X times by x is x squared. Now this time we've got minus 2, so it's going to be minus, and it's 2 times by 2, which is 4, and then we've just got the 1x, so it's minus 4x. Okay, so that is method 1. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you method 2, which is using a grid method to do this. So the first thing we would do is set up our grid. Now I'm actually going to use this later on for doing some quadratic brackets. So that's when we have 2 brackets rather than just the 1. So it's definitely worth getting used to this style because it can help you. And remember, we're multiplying, so it's 3 times by A is 3A, and 3 times by 5 is 15. So my answer is the same again, 3A plus 15. Okay, and if we look at the second problem that we had, 2x 3x minus 2, I think that's what it was last time. We will set up the grid again, so start by drawing your grid. So this time we've got 2x here, it's a multiplication grid, 3x and minus 2. Okay, so again we're doing 2x times by 3x, and we've got 2 times by 3 is 6, x times by x is x squared. Okay, 2 times by 2 is 4, but it's 2 times by minus 2, so it's minus 4, and then there's no x up here, but it's an x here, so we keep it the same, and we get our 6x squared minus 4x. And that's it guys. Okay, so I'm going to set some work on show my homework. Have a look and let me know how you get on.